Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask, Heidi. It is Monday. It is the 27th day. Holy cow. November's almost done. National Bavarian Cream Pie Day. I'm a fan. Never have that. Hardly ever have that. But it is good. National Craft Jerky Day today. Remember when I was making my own beef jerky?
I do.
Did you like that?
It was a lot of work.
Here's the problem. I would make like 4 pounds of jerky, and then I would eat it all in like a day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't ever let me do that again. National Electric Guitar Day, National Pins and Needles Day, Pie in the Face Day, and Turtle Adoption Day. So if you know of a turtle that needs to be adopted, today is the day to adopt that turtle. It's also a Movie Star Monday. Eriq La Salle is my guest. Eriq La Salle from Coming to America. Eriq La Salle from ER, from many other movie and TV shows. And now he's the author. I think this is his third novel. He's the author of a couple of books. I'm thinking it's number 3. We're going to chat with him all about that coming up.
It's more important now than ever before to have a better credit card. We would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. According to a new study, men tend to let their female partners win when they're competing against one another in games and challenges. I do that all the time. Every time I have an argument, I let Heidi win.
Please.
I always let you win. Have you ever lost an argument with me?
Repeatedly. Yes.
You've never lost an argument. You always win. Researchers, okay, I'll let you win this one. Researchers at the North China University of Science and Technology determined that men go easy on their wives or girlfriends in order to avoid conflict and prevent them from leaving or being poached by another man. Lead study author concluded male partners may be adopting a happy wife, happy life mentality by allowing their spouse to win. It should be pointed out, though, the study also found that women were less competitive when playing against their partner than they were when playing against male strangers. So it's like, they're like, whatever, I don't care. It's a game. I don't care if we win. We're not too competitive around here.
We really don't play games. I'm thinking more of arguments than I am of games, because we really don't play games very often.
Well, half the time our arguments are kind of like games. So. All right, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know there's a new smartphone app that might be able to tell you if you've had too much to drink before you could drive? By listening to you read tongue twisters, scientists at Stanford Medicine and University of Toronto worked together on a premise that built-in sensors in smartphones could gauge your level of intoxication through vocal changes. Study participants read the tongue twisters aloud while the smartphone positioned on a table recorded their speech. Using digital software, the research team examined things like frequency and pitch and how those attributes changed with alcohol consumption. Comparisons between the voice pattern change and breathalyzer readings demonstrated a 98% accuracy rate in predicting intoxication. Researchers say that the future sobriety apps might incorporate multiple types of sensors. Included in this would be detecting for changes in gait and texting patterns. Okay. So like how you walk and how you text. Here's the thing.
I think that's actually, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, but I know some people who sound drunk all the time, so I don't know.
Well, I think it would know what you usually sound like.
Probably. We don't know everything, but now we know this. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. After much speculation, I'm sad to say Young Sheldon is officially coming to an end. The Big Bang Theory sequel, which really I think was a prequel, wasn't it? Because it's Young Sheldon. Anyway, it was set to end at the end of its upcoming 7th season, which premieres February 15th. So for those of you who are big fans, They say the season finale will happen May 16th. Mark it on your calendar, and you can plan accordingly. And they're not moving on out after all. A couple of New Yorkers who had put their place on the market, Billy Joel and Alec Baldwin. Billy Joel has a 26-acre estate that he was trying to sell for $49 million. Now he decided, I'm just going to keep it. I'm going to just keep that. And then Alec Baldwin had his place set on the market for $29 million, and then he dropped it down to $22.5 million. Then he's like, no, I'm going to keep this. I'm not going to sell it.
Well, yeah, if you're going to lose a ton of money, it's best to just hang on to it.
FX has renewed Welcome to Wrexham for a third season. This is the thing that Ryan Reynolds and Rob McHenry are working on. I don't know how to say his name, but I was told nobody does, so that's all good. Big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Marijuana-based dating sites are growing in popularity.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So apparently that's becoming a bigger thing. I'm assuming mainly in places where that's legal. Otherwise, I mean, it'd be like shooting fish in a barrel for police.
Exactly.
And 1 in 5 women dream that their man is cheating on them. You ever have a dream that I'm cheating on you?
I have. You seem to have those more often than I do.
No, I only did one time, but it was so realistic. I had a dream that she was cheating on me with a mime.
He was so mad at me.
I don't know why. I woke up and I was like, are you having an affair with a mime? And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you know what I'm talking about. As it turns out, she didn't know what I was talking about.
I did not. No.
All right. Apparently, the word in the retail industry right now, is that stores should tread lightly on using self-checkouts. Backlash against it is growing, and many businesses have made moves to dial back on the tech after it exploded over the past few years. A British supermarket chain, Booths, recently announced that they're going to remove their self-checkout stations in all but 2 of their 28 stores. In the United States, Walmart, Costco, Wegmans, and other chains have also revisited their self-checkout strategies. Why, you ask? Go ahead and ask.
Why, John?
I'm glad you asked. They found that self-checkout leads to more losses through customer errors and
through
intentional shoplifting.
It was a mistake.
And what scams are most people using most often to beat the system? Common tactics include not scanning an item, swapping a cheaper item like bananas for a more expensive item like a steak, or scanning counterfeit barcodes attached to their wrists, or even properly scanning everything but then walking out without paying anyway.
Oh.
So I didn't realize that.
I didn't know that was an option.
I don't think it is. They're saying don't do those things. All right. Scoop of the day. I'm not a fan of that, by the way. I'm not a fan of the self-checkout thing at all. Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. If you're looking for a new opportunity, South Dakota is calling. There's over 27,000 open jobs at this very moment. Whether you like the city life or if you're more of a fan of the rural lifestyle, South Dakota has plenty to offer. From the Black Hills and the Badlands on the west side of the state to the rolling prairies in the middle with many small towns and the city of Sioux Falls on the eastern edge, there's no state income tax in South Dakota and many job opportunities. Learn more about what's waiting for you in South Dakota at movetosd.com. That's movetosd.com. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on this Movie Star Monday. Our guest today, Eriq La Salle. You might know him from Coming to America, from the TV show ER. And congratulations, Eriq, on your third novel, Law of Annihilation. This looks really good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. It's being very well received and, making bestsellers lists and getting great reviews and being able to come up with like a book that is relevant and means something. My rule of thumb is that it takes, the average person maybe 2 weeks to read a book. And if you're going to give me 2 weeks of your life, I've got to give you something that really sticks. And so we have a story here that explores a lot of the things that's happening in the world today. We have 2 detectives in New York, very much like the movie Seven. One is Irish Italian American, the other is African American. They're considered the best closers of cases in New York City. They only investigate high-profile serial killings, and they team up with a female FBI agent who happens to be half Jewish. the case that they're investigating in the very first two chapters, two rabbis are viciously murdered in a synagogue. So we have these hate crimes that they have to now investigate, and as they get into it more and more, they start realizing that there's a race war brewing, and it's up to them to sort of, stop, because New York will collapse. And so, he's dealing with a lot of racial discord and hatred, and unfortunately, that's exactly where we are in the world right now. And all of this stuff is on the rise. Everything is getting more violent. Everything is coming in greater frequency. So the book has that relevant timing to it. But fortunately, there is some light at the end of the book. I mean, even though we deal with some, very dark subject matter, there is light and hope of how all these people have to sort of work together to avert this race war that's going to basically take out everybody. So I'm really, really, really happy. So this is the third. I'm working on the fourth book, but I love the fact that, once the third book came out, it's being so well received that all of the previous two books have also been elevated by that. And as a matter of fact, sometimes we've ended up on bestsellers list, and I even performed a trifecta on a bestsellers list of 1, 2, and 3,
Nice.
which is great. And so, I've got the fourth book that I'm working on. I've got a fifth book in mind. So I just want to, keep writing about different things, try to make them as relevant as possible. And unfortunately, this whole racial discord is a little too relevant and a little uncomfortable.
And I'll say all three of these books are very visual, almost like they're written like a movie. Would you like to see them made into a project like that?
Absolutely. That's always been the end game from day one. My first love is cinema and acting and storytelling and cinema. So, as an actor and director and producer, all of these are extensions of storytelling. Then you add author in it. They're all storytelling. So the goal was to create a successful literary franchise that is then turned into a successful movie or streaming franchise. So that's definitely the goal.
And the storyline of these three books definitely lend themselves to that. And you said you're working on number 4. You got number 5 in mind. Would you like to continue adding to the series? Do you have a bunch of ideas that just keep on coming your way?
Yeah, I think, listen, the cool thing is that I'm in a comfortable place of being a novelist. It took me a while to feel comfortable. You're intimidated when you first start, am I smart enough to be a novelist? I mean, that's a very prestigious title in our society, and very intimidating. And so, look, it took a while, but now I'm comfortable with that. So having that, I just feel like I'm always absorbing stories, and I'll write this series until I feel I'm done with it. And that might be 5 books, because, you don't want to overstay your welcome. You don't want to just start. So if that means I need to start another series, I have other genres I want to explore, even other than thriller. So, now that I feel validated and even vindicated, because I couldn't get a publisher for anything, I tried and was rejected like for years and years. And now you feel a sense of vindication when your book is on top of bestsellers list, and when you are getting amazing reviews and people are responding. So I just feel that is the motivation to just keep writing. So I don't know how long this series will go. I know probably at least 6, and then I'll explore and see, hey, do I have a fresh story that's going to make this still not feel like we're just milking it now? You have the power to create a whole new series. I do spin-offs as well. I mean, there are certain characters that appear in this series. One character has his own book that's a spin-off. So you have other ways, but the main thing is embracing being a writer and a storyteller.
Absolutely. Again, Law of Annihilation is the latest book. Eriq La Salle is our guest. I've got a link to the book in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
It's more important now than ever before to have a better credit card. We would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The energy of a discharge of an electrical eel could start 50 cars.
Oh.
So that's good to know. Just carry one of those with you. You don't need jumper cables. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The praying mantis is the only insect that can turn its head. All other insects don't have like a neck, but the praying mantis does have a neck. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
In 1966, the Mercedes invented a car that was controlled by a joystick. I said the Mercedes, but the company Mercedes. They invented a car, and you could drive it with a joystick. That's kind of interesting. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Fall leaf colors are present year-round, but only visible once chlorophyll, the chemical that makes them green, breaks down during the autumn. We talked about that. And another fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Babies start dreaming even before they're born. How do they know that?
I don't know
I don't know how they know
but I
that.
think that's
and our
fascinating.
Final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
If your last name is closer to the end of the alphabet, you are more likely to be an impulse spender. Well, guess that's me. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question, Heidi. This holiday season, men are 3 times more likely than women to get hurt doing this. What is it? 3 times more likely than women get hurt doing
Putting
this.
up Christmas lights.
Oh, you're real close. Putting up the Christmas tree. We're going to give you credit for it because that was good.
Thank
But of
you.
all the things in the world you could have guessed, you didn't guess anything naughty, which makes me happy. All right. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. I want to just say something on this program. We have no opinion whatsoever about this particular artist, but Taylor Swift is a 4-letter word in one couple's home. Last month, Dana Rice's husband said he could no longer take it. His wife kept talking about Taylor Swift, so he made a Swift jar. Posted a hilarious video on Instagram catching her husband Dan creating the jar, which said, any mention of that word, you owe 25 cents. Dana said that she had no idea what her husband was up to when he asked for a Sharpie and started creating the Swift jar right in front of her. But she pulled out her phone to record it, admitted that she was taken off guard once she realized what it was. But on a plus side, as she put it, my husband hooked me up with a roll of quarters right off the bat, and of course, they're going straight into the jar. By the way, the label on the jar specifies any mention of her boyfriend also applies. So, yeah, they're just fed up with it. Here's the thing that's fascinating is the number of people who've posted stuff about those two on Facebook, and I just scroll past it because I'm like, don't care. I have no opinion on any of that. Good for you, though. If you like it, that's good for you. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Funniest tweets of the week from women. These are from last week. I got a bunch of them, so I'm going to have like 2 days in a row of these. How about this first one? I sure have a lot of opinions about cooking shows for someone who's eating a Paw Patrol string cheese for breakfast. I feel that same way from time to time. I love this one. Moms be like, your cousin's neighbor's husband's aunt died. Just thought you should know. It's kind of how it is, isn't it? How about this? Bill Nye's full name is William New Year's Eve. NYE, New Year's Eve.
Okay.
I
Wow.
gotcha. And one other, there's a whole list of them here, so if you want to read them, you sure can. I remember when a 32-inch TV weighed 450 pounds. Yes, I remember that as well, and I remember moving them, and they were very, very, very heavy. All right, funniest tweets of the week from women. It's the list in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. If you're looking for a new opportunity, South Dakota is calling. There's over 27,000 open jobs at this very moment. Whether you like the city life or if you're more of a fan of the rural lifestyle, South Dakota has plenty to offer. From the Black Hills and the Badlands on the west side of the state to the rolling prairies in the middle with many small towns and the city of Sioux Falls on the eastern edge, there's no state income tax in South Dakota and many job opportunities. Learn more about what's waiting for you in South Dakota at movetosd.com. That's movetosd.com. Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Quote today is from Oscar Levant, who says, there's a fine line between genius and insanity. I have erased this line. I feel that pain big time, Oscar. All right, that is from Oscar Levant. And your quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. Here's the headline. Grandma and stranger she mistakenly texted in 2016 spend their 8th Thanksgiving together. This is just a cute story, isn't it?
Yeah, this has been happening for a while.
Yeah, well, since 2016. I'm going to scroll down here because I got to read. For those of you who don't know how this whole thing started, there was a text that went out that says, Thanksgiving dinner's at my house, November 24th at 3. Let me know if you're coming. Hope to see you. Of course, that includes Amanda and Justin. And this guy just gets this random text.
Right.
And he responds back and says, who is this? And then she replies, your grandma. And he says, Grandma, can I have a picture? She said, of who? And he said, of you, LOL. And she sent a photo of her. And then he sent a photo back of him. And he said, you're not my grandma, but can I still get a plate though? And she said, of course you can. That's what grandmas do. We feed everyone. And he actually went to their home and had Thanksgiving dinner with them in 2016. And some people would go, that is the weirdest thing ever. I think it's adorable that this happened.
It's pretty adorable, yeah.
And they've gotten together for Thanksgiving every single year since then. They've become very good friends. And then the thing that's neat is this year, they actually had a bunch of additional people join them as well. They teamed up with Airbnb, and this lady opened up her home to others who wanted to share and be a part of this. So I think that's actually kind of a cool thing. So the Airbnb in Prescott Valley, Arizona, a quaint city a few hours outside of Phoenix is where her home is. It says, with beautiful mountain views, a light snowfall during the winter, and the perfect location for hosting and spending quality time together around the holidays. So that's how they described it. Anyway, a little update. They got together. Sounds like everything went off really well. And I don't know. Would you want to go to that, Heidi? Is that something that you would say,
no.
Give me a seat at that table?
Nope, I wouldn't. That would be extremely awkward.
It's a little awkward, but I think it would be kind of cool as well. I think they would be fun to hang out with. I mean, they just seem like our kind of crazy. So we're going to hang out with them next year, just so you know. Make plans. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to The John and Heidi Show.